So my first step will be to paint the skin tone of the back and of the face. So it doesn't matter if the tone is white or black or brown, it doesn't matter, but we always begin from the lightest part to the darkest one. So I'm going to begin from the left scalpel. So the light tone of the skin contains 3 colors in my palette. It will be raw sienna, bright opera, it can be peacock blue or a bit of blue gray. So the basic color is raw sienna. And when we paint quite light parts, we should add a bit more water on the brush, but please avoid the drops on it. A bit of bright opera and just a bit of blue gray. We're just looking for the right color, right tint and so on. Okay, let's try. The thing that I like in the technique wet on wet is the thing that I can put the stroke, and if I don't like it, I can move it or eliminate it or change it and so on. But if you paint on the dry paper, if you put the stroke, you should forget about it because it's almost impossible to remove it. Just a moment, I need to put some napkin more. Just for my palm, because usually I put it here and sometimes I make it dirty thanks to my palette, and it helps me to avoid the dark points on the white paper. Okay, let's begin. Now I take a bit more of blue gray and mix it with raw sienna and a bit of Van Dyke brown. The line here is the type of the ballet dress. So now I need to put some shadow for the scalpel. So I mix Van Dyke brown, a bit of bright opera and blue gray, and again Van Dyke brown, maybe some scarlet. And I dry my brush. Look, when you dry your brush, I dry my brush when I want more control, because if the brush contains lots of water, you have no control. So if you dry your brush like the tail of the brush, you eliminate the color and the water. But when you dry the basic of the brush, you just take away extra water. This is the very important thing to make more control at your work.
Would you like to keep on learning how to paint a ballerina? What are the nuances of painting human figures in ballet with the watercolor? You can absolutely learn this and even more during my online course Figure in Ballet. You will also learn how to draw figures in any pose with the help of my own simplification tips. Choose the right tone, mix the right colors for the skin tone, show the relief of the woman's back, and transmit the texture of hair. How to combine clearly incompatible colors, paint 2-2, and find the right background color to make a successful painting. How to paint two figures in a complicated composition, transmit complex lighting effects, and paint white dresses. There will be 9 video lessons in English, and as a result, you will create 3 tender paintings under my guidance. If you want to get to the next level of watercolor and alla prima technique to master painting the human body in the right tone of the skin, then click the link in the upper right corner right now and register for the course at the best price. The link is also in the description below this video.
Okay, so I made drier my brush and I put the shadow on it. It's not final one, but so I add again bright opera and Van Dyke brown and a bit of blue gray and again raw sienna. I don't have many colors, so it's quite easy to orientate in it. And yes, initially you can see that the colors are quite dark, but always remember that you compare white paper and the color of your strokes. But when you look at the photo or live model, you can see a model in the area, in the environment. So you can see all colors and all volumes and so on. Here you just need to remember that this part should be quite dark. I add a bit of blue-gray. Now I need to put some shadow in the area where is spinal column and touch a bit the shadow on the scalpel. So now I need to mix a new light color. It should be again raw sienna and a bit of blue-gray and some points of bright opera. So I cover this part of the muscle. And when it goes down, I put a tone that is a bit darker. I add a bit of blue-gray, just a bit. It has beautiful tint. And remember about the edge of the ear, it should be saved. So now we should take a quite dark tone to paint the right part of the back. So we take Van Dyke brown, a bit of scarlet and a bit of blue-gray. So put some dark points again. at the scalpel and the way the column goes. Yeah, the skin tone is quite dark, but it's just because we have no dark details here, so don't be scared. So, for example, if you think that it's too dark or you lost some light on the body, so you can dry your brush totally and take away some color, but the layer should be quite wet. So now we need to put some blue color because this part of the body has the reflex from the blue dress. Yeah, and colors can be quite strange for the beginning, but in the end you will see that everything will be quite harmonic and in harmony and everything will be good.